Setup is complete. Diagnostic checks have been run. Thomas 1.0 is online. So usually I like to share something at the end of the show, but I'm kind of excited about some things that have happened. So I'm going to share them at the beginning of the show so I don't forget to share them at the end of the show. So the other day, Gigi, as is what our little boys call grandma. They couldn't say grandma. I mean, they could, but at the time, like they were finally starting to talk. Grandma and mama were like, they weren't like really like, there was nothing, didn't really stick, you know? So like we started coming up with some fun ones, and then Gigi kind of stuck. So kids like to stay Gigi. So like, all right, we're sticking with it. So the kids were at Gigi's house, Jordan's Gigi. And so she offered to take him on Sunday for a few hours, which was like the first, like, I didn't even realize this. Like, it's been 3 months since I had like a Sunday free just by myself for a few hours. It's been a long time. So my wife works third shift. I work first shift. She works weekends. I work weekdays. That way we, overlap and we don't have to have as much childcare. Just 2 days of help from grandmas, which is amazing. But it also it's a ton of work at that point. Like it's a lot of work, which is good. We don't mind it. Save some money. But so I got a Sunday off and I finally got to play a game. Just like sit down and enjoy a game for like 3 hours.
Hot dog.
You Expedition 33. Holy crap, that's a good game. Well, I mean, like cinematic. I mean, okay, so let me just put it this way: it's a good game if you're really, really into storylines, like story first, cinematics second, and then the gameplay itself is phenomenal. But the whole package is just amazing. So it's an RPG, not an RPG, like kind of like JRPG, turn-based RPG game, but it's hardly like turn-based in the sense that you pick a move, you wait, they do it, whatnot. There is this idea of attack and defense and different things you can do on both sides of it. So it's a lot of fun. Good stuff. And it hooks you. If you played Last of Us, like that first 10 minutes of the game, you're like, did that just happen? There's similar things here. Similar concepts. I don't know why I felt like sharing that. I'm just like really excited that I've found a game that I love again. Like Fable. Remember? And I think actually, no, I did think of it because my younger coworker that I work with was like, you got to play this game. It's probably the greatest game I've ever played. I'm like, the greatest? I'm like, where does it land?
Where does it land the greatest? Like, how far back does your memory go?
That's basically what happened. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I like storyline games. Like, have you played BioShock? Like the original BioShock? And he's like, I did, but like, I think that game's a little old for me to appreciate it because the graphics and everything. Like when I was playing it, I'm like, this is the greatest. This is the great. Yeah. It was like that moment when you're like, James Bond 007 GoldenEye, these are the greatest graphics ever. Like, can they get better? And it's just like a flat-faced, like, the mouse don't even move. So I had a moment with my coworker, and I'm like, ugh. It's funny, though, because, like, people say they feel old when that happens. Like, I just find it funny. Like, I don't feel old, but I feel like I've lived a while. I've lived through some shit.
Man, oh man. I mean, you started this conversation, so I just kind of want to keep going with it. And I know it's not exactly what this episode's going to be about, but maybe the first half of it can be
a little chit-chat.
About what it's about.
A little, yeah. Tie in. For those that don't know, by the way, this is mostly a parenting show. Like, have Kevin and I taking on life with the 2 kids that we have and talking about day-to-day stuff with parenting. And so everything, we try to relate back, but, we're just going to have some fun in the morning. Like, and we start off the conversation, we'll have some fun. We'll talk about some stuff.
What is it we're trying to accomplish here? Just two dads who are twins who, one has a set of boys, one has a set of girls, and we're just trying to figure out life and take you along for the ride. And also kind of document this stuff because it's interesting.
Yeah, that's actually a big point, too. Like, honestly, these are our opinions. We are not experts. We just like talking about it. It's good to talk about. See where we're at, see how things are going, and for sure, definitely have a document. Honestly, this is like for Oliver when he grows up, if he wants to get any advice that I can't remember because I'm too damn old to remember it when he's in his 30s, 40s, and 50s, you can come back and watch this. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Yeah. So, like I said, not exactly what this episode's going to be about, but since you brought up video games and whatnot, and you're finally getting a chance to play those video games, kind of brings me back to the videos you see on TikTok of dads saying, I got to wake up at 3 a.m. to make sure that I have time to do my workouts, my video game sessions, go to work, take care of the family, come home, be a parent who is engaged with their kids and yada, yada, yada. And I honestly think, maybe it's an algorithm in my feed because it knows me because that's what I do, but it's true. Like, man, like, holy crap, we do this podcast in the morning. But it's also my time to wake up and play video games, which is really funny that you brought up Expedition because it was about the same time last year exactly same time last year that I was like, I need to pick up a video game. Like I'm waking up, I'm motivated to get something done. I want to play a video game first, get those endorphins flowing, and then maybe jump into a workout or something.
I
And
like
I've
taking
been,
sorry, it's not to cut you off, but like that's my favorite pre-workout time.
yeah,
It's like I could go straight into the workout, but let's turn on a video game, let this pre-workout kick in, and then we'll go out there and hit it.
yeah. I was trying to go to this is that this year we got to do the a video game console bamboozle to the kiddos, which was awesome. Kids are getting into the Switch, and we didn't buy the Switch 2. Did some research. It sounds like the Switch is going to be lifespan for a while still. Every game's still coming out for the original Switch. So we bought Natalie an OLED Switch on Facebook Marketplace, cheap. And what we did was we wrapped up our original Switch and we gave it to Violet. So we had our original Switch, we wrapped it up and gave it to Violet. Said, okay, Violet, this one's yours now. And then like, wait, what? What's going on? And then Natalie finally got to open up hers, which was Pokemon themed, Corodon Miradon. I know it's not how you say those names. That's just how we say them here. And like, oh my God, like it was the best thing ever. And then
What was Violet doing though in the corner? Like I just realized you can't see my face when you talk, so I've been making faces at you this whole time. Because Kevin's doing the right thing. He's appreciating you guys by talking to you, not me. So what was Violet do? Like, what did Violet do when? Okay, so her big sister got a brand new system that is Pokemon themed, and as you're older, you're like, I get the hand me down. But what did Violet do when she's like, I got my own, I get to keep this one? Like, this is mine now.
So Violet's 3, and what we did was it worked. We bundled up our Switch, the one that we had, and we put it into a gift bag, wrapped it up and everything. So when she opened it up, it was hey, Violet, this is your Switch now. This is your gift. And it totally worked. Like she was like, oh my gosh, this is my Switch. Hey, get this one now. It's now Violet's Switch.
And it was like what we do with it.
Yeah. And so she was super excited. And then she saw Natalie. She was like, oh, that's really cool. But then she like went like object permanence, right? Then she went back to hers and she's like, but this one's mine. Like it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can appreciate hers, but I have my own. You gotta get some. Maybe if there was a little bit of of like, hey, that's cooler looking. Like it's the same thing essentially, but one just looks cooler. Like maybe it came prepared with some vinyls that you could put on it, like some skins.
I didn't even think about looking for vinyls.
Yeah. It's an old school thing, like wrapping your stuff with skins. They make the tech just looks so pretty now. It's like I don't even want a case on my phone because I'm like, it's cool.
Well, I have a ream of stickers that I put on the back of my iPhone on the Apple under my case that says contains 100% pure nonsense, and I love that sticker. It's a Hoyd sticker, which is funny. Hoyd from Stormlight Archives or from the verse Brandon Sanderson's world, but it works so well on the back of my phone. Now, to finish that story on where I was going, I felt really old that night because I feel like I just gave a piece of my childhood to my kids, and I became the adult. So, we got the game systems are playing. Violet's playing Mario Odyssey, Natalie's playing Kirby, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and they're like, can we just stay down on the couch and play our video games and fall asleep down here tonight? And I was like, well, I want to get to bed. I'm tired. I'm like, oh.
Memory unlocked.
I'm the adult.
I'm the adult
now.
We had a hide-a-bed. If for those that don't know what a hide-a-bed is, it's a bed in the couch. I don't know what else you would call it. A pull-out bed. And I remember playing Monkey Ball. Like, we got the GameCube. Monkey Ball and Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3. So, to date us. Exactly. Like that Christmas, it's like, I just want to and you kind of get bored with one game. You're getting
Was it Pro Skater 3 or was it Underground?
Underground. It was Underground.
Because I mixed those two up, and Underground was like the best.
Yeah, we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, I think, at Mom's surprise 50th.
No, that was Underground.
No,
we got
Tony
Underground. I picked up Prince of Persia. You picked up Tony Hawk's Underground at Mom's surprise party.
I got a T-shirt with that one.
You did. So I got a shot in the butt because I had strep throat. And they gave me a penicillin shot in the booty. Cleared it up real quick.
Sorry about this podcast a little bit. Brought to you by Winters in Wisconsin. Kevin and I, we got some vents going on in the background. I'll try to adjust the audio here, but hey, you know what? We do have a goal here on this show. So if we get 10 subscribers, our first 10 subscribers, that's our first goal. We want to everything we get. Like Kevin and I made a thing. 10 subscribers, we're going to invest in some better tooling for the show to get the little bit better audio, a little bit better video. So you might not hear that in the future. But right now, we're working with what we got. And I think my first goal is to get Kevin a decent lighting setup, clearly. If you can see him, if you're watching him on YouTube. So to hit that goal, you know what you need to do. If you want to, not going to tell you otherwise. But that's our first goal. So if we can get 10, if we get our first 10, put it right back into the show. All right, well, we got a little bit of time left to hit on one of a touchier subject. So if you're ready for that, yeah, I'm curious. So Kevin and I we're at a family function, and the kids doing kid things, and I want to call it bringing out dad voice, bringing out the big guns. AKA kind of like a punishment. How do we work with that? How do we deal with it? When does it come out? How does it come out? So I noticed everybody's got different levels of tolerance with what they want to let their kids do and whatnot before you gotta reel them back in. And remember, everybody, these aren't facts. Not telling you how to do anything. This is just kind of how we do it, and we're sharing. We're being open here in the spirit of in parenting and just being open about how we go about it. So if you're willing, Kevin, to talk about this subject, let's continue. He gave me the thumbs up.
I'm willing.
Okay.
I'm ready and willing. Dad voice. What you doing?
Yeah.
What you talking?
Yeah. So I was. I forget where we're at, but the gang was there.
A restaurant.
Gang was there. No, we were at a house for this one. But the whole gang was there, and things were getting things like build up. And then you got to bring them back down. And then I build up and then you got to bring them back down, it seems like, with kids. And I kind of want to refer to it a lot like, this is going to sound so bad. Should I say it? I don't even know if I should say it.
Say it? Do it.
Similar
Do it.
dad voice. So, yeah, when I say dad voice, I mean yelling. It has only come out a few times for me. And I think Jordan was around once. And she's like, no, whoa, we're going to back up and just let him take care of that.
I would say being stern, more strict. Bringing out the serious voice. It doesn't have to be yelling. It can be like, I'm a smiley person. I smile a ton. I have been called out for it throughout basic training. A drill sergeant yelled at me for smiling too much. My kid told me the other day that I'm the frowny parent. I'm like, you're the only person in my life who told me I frown. And it's because I gotta be serious with her sometimes. And I gotta tone it back down. The volume goes up if things get too crazy. But it starts off with just stern. My expression changes, and it's time to be a parent.
Yeah. No, I do actually. I mean, yes, it is. There is times to be the stern, but I mean, I do mean yelling. I mean, like bringing it up for a second. I don't mean yelling at them. A quick, sharp, aye, like a stop or a hey, or let me get it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. F it. Sorry if anyone takes offense to how I'm making these correlations, because my brain goes all over the place. But it's very, very similar to how I train my German short hair pointer. You start off with positive rewards. When you're teaching the rules and teaching the foundation, building that foundation, consistency is key in everything. 100% believe that. Like if you got in your car every day and sometimes it started, sometimes it didn't start, you would have anxiety about getting in your car, not knowing how it's going to behave. If you're building a foundation, you start with, positive reinforcement when they do something wrong or do something right. Like, hey, it's all right. Let's just do it this way. And then you do it right. You get positive reinforcement. Now, I look at yelling much like a shot collar for my GSP. It is a quick, sharp, let's bring attention back to what we're doing. This is called negative reinforcement. They know what they should be doing at this point, and now they are actively doing something wrong. And you start with the, hey, let's stop. Guys, hey, calm down. Let's bring it in. But something happens where they're no longer paying attention to you. They're overstimulated. Like what's happening back here, what dad's saying no longer is like getting through to me. So let's do a quick, sharp stop and follow through with what you want to say. You can't just yell randomly all the time. Like, hey, I hit a point. Dad yelled. My attention now flipped. Like I just needed to break your attention from doing the wrong thing and bring you back in. So that's like what's going through my head. Like I'd never want to yell. I really don't. I'd rather talk through a situation. But I think when things get crazy and they're no longer paying attention, they're no longer hearing you. Like they're totally into what they're doing their own thing, or wanting to see how far they can push you. You just kind of need to break focus for a second. And that's how I use it. That's my tool in the tool bag. I never want to, and it's not going to continue. Like I'm never going to be the one to what are you doing, you mother, pop up. Like it's just a quick sharp stop or listen, and then all right, that was aggressive. We got like you're probably I gave him a chance to like cool down for a second. Like I cool down, you cool down, and let's talk about what happened. Like, do you understand why I had to yell? Do you understand? Like, if they don't, like, you walk them through it. That's my technique, and it's worked pretty well, I think, so far. And I'm trying to get better every day. Obviously, I prefer never to yell. But my biggest thing too is like, with the consistency, like staying consistent with when you say things, following through with the things you say, and just constantly being consistent. That's a little bit of a workaround there.
Consistently being consistent.
Yeah. I think it's one of the biggest things. But I want to be able to trust Oliver. I say this to you. I've said this to you before. Because I want to do things that require attention, like hunting with him or four-wheeling, biking, motors. Like if he's approaching a cliff on a bike, like I want him to be able to like listen to me, stop, because you don't see what's going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I say stop, you stop.
Yeah, when I trust you if I can trust you to listen to me and then trust that you're going to make the right decisions, then we can start doing really cool stuff. I know it sucks now that don't jump on the couch. Why? Well, one, I don't want you to jump on the couch. Two, I want you to listen to me. Two, three, I want you to make the right decision. And once we start figuring those little things out, then we can start doing the big things. That's what's going through my head almost every day when it comes to having to correct. Like, honestly, Oliver, if you're watching this in the future, jumping on the couch, I really don't care. Go ahead, I honestly would want you to have fun. I want you to like have fun. Like as a couch, yeah, you're gonna mess up the blankets and the pills a little bit, but nothing that can't be fluffed up. I think logically, but what's really happening in my head is, hey, I just need you to listen to me. There is a place. I have a trampoline that you can jump on. So let's practice me correcting, you listening, and then following through. Like, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah. Oliver, if you're watching this in the future, I don't care. I really didn't care. I just like that. Like, we need to work on the parent-child relationship, And
that reminds me of if your kids act a fool at home and then you get comments about how well-behaved they are out in public, I think you're doing the right thing, right? Because they're safe places then at home with you. Obviously, they got to listen to, and this is going towards the jumping on the couch. But if they're in public with other people and they know that, don't jump on grandparents' couches or friends' couches or whatever, and they're very respectful, you're doing it right. I would agree with that opinion.
Yeah. But that's the hard part, though. Like, I think when they're young, it's hard to distinguish where I can and where I can't. So I think if you start with, hey, let's not do it at home. That way they're not going to do it at Gigi's house. And then in the future, once they understand where they are, like, oh, then I can lighten up the rules at home. And yeah, have fun. Go nuts.
Yeah.
When it comes to like stuff like that, like jumping on couches, throwing things around and listening, like once we got the foundation set at home and away at Gigi's house, yeah, lighten it up. Like bring it back home, do whatever. Like you understand we're at home, we can mess around. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, yeah, Oliver can he's doing whatever he wants usually all the time.
Yeah.
Well, not whatever he wants, but like yes, I love what you said. Be a little bit more open at home. He can just be safe at home. Yes, of course.
So I kind of want to step backwards. We'll talk parenting. I want to talk parenting voice again in a different situation, and then I want to go back even further to something else you said.
Hit it, man. Hit it. Your turn. Your turn. Hit it.
With parenting voice, this is so funny. A sister's husband said these exact words, and I have said it a bunch of times. I'm curious if you have said this before. So kid was acting up, and mom wanted dad to dad. Can you be a parent? Can you dad? So dad, me, this has happened to me too. My wife has said, can you be the on parent, be the dad? Okay, I'm gonna be the dad. Gonna go use my dad voice. And then I'll say like 2 sentences, and then Ashley will step in. And then she would look at me like, what? Can you be a dad? I'm like, would you let me parent? Would you let me do it? Let me be the dad. Like, you want me to step up? And then you come in and you take away all my authority. Like everything I was about to set up, I'm building the blocks or whatever, and you come in and just knock it down. Like, what am I even doing? Like, let me be the parent.
Oh, I got something to say on that.
Same thing. I've heard I don't want to say names because I don't know if anybody's gonna get weird about it. But anyways, I heard sister's husband say these exact words, and I had to tell him like that happened to me too. Like, I don't know, like maybe the wife thinks we're being too strict, too stern, or whatever. Or like, you just one on parent, like, yeah, and don't take away the authority.
That's something that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up too, because that's something I want to talk about too as well. Like that's one place. That's one place where Jordan and I, and so as husband and wife going through this, your significant other, your soulmate, your couple, we work really, really, really well as a team in that department. Whoever, like, we don't have to ask the other one of the parents and whatnot to jump in. Like usually one of us jumps in, and then the other one kind of takes a step back, and I let it play through. Like there's nothing. Jordan has never stopped me from being the parent, doing the disciplinary actions. I've never stopped her, and because that's exactly it. We both know that you can't, like, when one parent comes in while you're doing the disciplinary stuff and undermines what's happening, like you start taking that like authority away from them. So we want the parent to follow through. And then if I think like maybe once after the disciplinary stuff was done, we stepped away and like, hey, like you didn't have to be that, like you had to, like maybe we should, just talking through a little bit. But yeah, like yesterday I came home and Jordan was like, just ignore him right now. He's on the couch. I'm like, okay, all right. So I just went in, put down my stuff and whatnot, gave him some time to reflect on whatever it is before I started talking to him. That's good. That's good. It's hard. That's hard. That's another hard one to be a team on.
Yeah, and then if you ever find yourself that you were in the wrong, like, okay, for example, well, they're awesome. So yeah, like yesterday I bought, we call it Yummy Yummy Chicken, Saraku Japan, teriyaki chicken.
Yummy Yummy Chicken. Yummy.
And it's because they say Yummy Yummy Chicken when they give it to you as a sample. Anyways, I bought that, brought it home. I know Natalie and Violet both like it. Natalie ate a piece of it, didn't like it. She said, I don't like this. It's too burnt. I'm like, come on, it's fine. It's a little burnt, but it's not that burnt. Like, come on, just eat it. And I like kind of not forcing her, but like really trying to push her to keep eating it. And then she was like, no, I don't want to. It doesn't taste good. I'm like, come on, it's not that bad. And then she's like, I'm all done eating. I'm like, okay, cool. Where I'm getting at is like, this could be any situation. Like if you find and you start talking to your significant other that, maybe you went too far, or maybe you should have said something else, or you realize like you were wrong, say that to the kids, go back and have that conversation, which is hard to do because you don't want to undermine yourself. But for example, I ate her chicken. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. This is really bad. Like, it's really burnt. Like, this sucks.
Yeah, sure.
So I had to go back to her and be like, okay, Natalie, actually, you know what? You were right. Like, you were right. Your food was bad.
I love. Yes, you're right. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then to take it. I wanted to recap the parenting voice, and then to take it back further. You had mentioned something about kids pushing the limits with the adult, see how far they can take something. And I have witnessed and kind of realized, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, maybe someone wrote a book about it, I don't know. But when kids are together and there is no parent and there's no parent around, I think that they do a better job of policing themselves up. And when they know they're about to do something wrong, I think they think about it a little bit more when it's just kids in the area. So like if you're a parent, like let your kids go and play with other kids, and I bet you that they will act a little bit less crazy, maybe, obviously when things get a little rowdy, you can't control that sometimes. Anyways, but I found that if there's a parent in the room that they trust, they will, I think, push things further, faster, and get crazier.
Oh, yeah.
Because then it's the parent. Like if the parent's there and is willing to accept what they're doing, they're gonna keep going. So it's like I'm a parent to blame. Like, oh, he was there,
Yeah. No, yeah, it's exactly it. Like as a squad leader in the Army, that's what I like. One of my biggest ways of developing a soldier, especially when they're ready for it, is put them in charge. Like you're in charge. Like anything that happens in this situation, I mean, ultimately, obviously, I'm the big safety net. Like I'm gonna catch you before anything really crazy happens. But for now, you're in charge. You make the decisions. You know what's right, what's wrong. Like and it helps them develop. Once like especially like you hear it all the time when people go from like, wait, I'm in charge. Like when people go from specialist to NCO for the first time and say they don't switch, they realize, oh my God, I'm in charge of these yahoos now. Like I just was one of them and now I'm in charge of them. Like, oh no. And that's why some people say like, oh, he got a power trip when he became an NCO. It's like, no, he got responsibility. Now like he's in charge for your guys' mess ups. That kind of stuff. Some people do. I know. I'm just trying to defend a little bit, but yeah, that's a good one. And then what you said earlier too struck a chord. Yes, being able to admit when you're wrong is a huge skill set. It's tough. And to teach your kids that it's okay to do that is awesome too. Man, that's a good show. This is good. I like this topic. It's fun. It's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Trying to treat them like adults, but and maybe I'll bring this up because this episode's going a little long-winded, but yeah, there's a couple
It's good stuff.
like articles I've read about gentle parenting and over explaining feelings every single time. And again, I don't know if there's studies. I'll have to do deeper research into it about what that is causing in anxiety levels in kids, like over explaining every feeling, over analyzing, overdoing it basically. But again, for a different episode. I don't want to say I'm gentle parenting, because like there's also videos of like when your 90s or when your boomer parent comes out,
Yeah.
And we start with gentle parent. Hey, if you could just put on your shoes. If you don't put these fucking shoes on, I swear to God.
It's like, well, I think did I send you that yesterday? Did I send that to you?
No.
Gentle parenting today. Hey, I know you're having big feelings, but if you don't put the shit on right now, I'm going to have big feelings. And then I'm going to yell. And then you're going to have bigger feelings. And that's kind of scary, right? Okay. Yeah. Let's put them Crocs on.
Yeah.
Millennials, gentle parenting. Yeah, but that goes, I mean, like, again, like one of the biggest things that goes with this is moderation. When to pull out the right tool. Like, when to really explain things. When to just nip it in the butt and move on without explaining anything. Like, when to, like, it's just, there's so much. You can talk about this forever. And at the end of the day, like, you just do your best.
Pretty sure my kids broke my chair.
No.
It doesn't lock anymore. They were playing on it yesterday in that, you can't see it, but there's a gym set over there for them. And they grabbed my chair and they fucking were monkeying around with it. And now I think it's broke because it doesn't lock in place.
All right. Birthday present. By the way, if you want to...
God damn it.
This isn't a sponsor yet, but like right there, it's probably one of the best chairs I've ever owned. It's just unboxing the Secret Lab chair was worth the purchase. Like, it was an experience. It's good. It's well packaged. Just a solid product. If you're into these bucket seat style chairs, I know some people are like, no, they're not ergonomic at all. Buy a $5,000 that looks like two bananas. I don't know.
It's broke.
All right. Well, on that note, while Kevin is laying flat in his chair, now that it doesn't lock in the upright position, I want to say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, comment below. Like, what's your style? When do you whip out the parenting voices? When you find it hard to work as a team sometimes, when one person has a different view on how we should correct something or let someone correct something. So yeah, it's tough. We're not telling you at all. Please, I don't know if Kevin is, but I'm pretty sure he's on the same page. We're just sharing, just being open. I know some of you probably aren't going to like what we have to do or say, so feel free to comment on that too below. So I'm open to a good criticism, like constructive criticism. Try to keep it constructive. That's all I ask. I'm very receptive to constructive criticism. I even told Kevin the other day, like, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Like, tell me, just give me something. Like, what do you notice anything? Because I'm always introspective, I guess you can say. But yeah, no, thank you for listening. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's fun. This is fun to do. So hopefully we can continue. Something I want to do in the future is whip out a random question as an icebreaker. I really want to do this with parents in public someday if I, come out of my shell. But I'm kind of an introvert, scared to do this. But I'd love to go out to like a public park and ask parents some questions. Because I think I saw this thing was like questions you should ask your parents before they die. And some of those I'm ready to answer. Some of those I have a lot to learn. Some of those questions I have a little bit to learn on. And I think I'm going to do it like two ways. Like, hey, do you want a serious question or a fun question? And this is, and like, we're going to record it and something your kids can watch in the future, or, if you haven't been able to ask that question, so stuff like that. So things to look forward to in the show, some stuff. Yep. What's up, buddy? I thought you were raising your hand I thought you were raising your hand with your pink pencil. Lot to talk about. Kids are great. And it's funny, like when you break the ice with other parents, like, and just start getting into it, the conversation doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good show. Thanks for listening.
See you. Like everyone ends their show with that. See you in the next one.